Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Happy Thanksgiving, people. Happy Thanksgiving. I was just talking to Mr. Harvey about my doctor's appointment today, my yearly health checkup.
Let me turn on my business channel.
Yeah, my
I know you gonna go on there.
yearly checkup here and everything. I gotta tell folks about it and everything because it's just this healthcare industry is going absolutely crazy. And they're even getting worse now. Starting in January, things are getting, throw all out of kilter. It even got my wife upset. She doesn't know what the hell to do. So, it's a mess. It is absolute mess, man. And people who are older and senior citizens and everything, they don't have time to deal with this mess because they want to just relax and enjoy their life in the end of their life. And they're not letting them do it because they trying to rip you off all the way until they pat dirt in your face. When the mortician gets you mad, he finishes cleaning your pocket out. Cause he would he hits
Man,
him
what
with
are you
all
talking about? What are you
he
talking
hit
about?
he
I don't want
hits
to talk about this.
he hits him with
What are you
everything.
talking about?
I'm
What are you
talking
talking about?
I'm
I
talking
don't want to
about
talk about that.
I'm talking
Talk
about my
about
health.
morticians and shit.
I'm talking about my health, man.
I,
I'm talking about
you know,
my health.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You know, the thing is, it is what it is. It's day to day. Tomorrow is tomorrow, and right now you healthy.
Well, I don't know yet because
What? You
they
need a
haven't
doctor to tell you
they
that.
haven't got my test back yet.
Hey, you need a doctor to tell you that?
Yeah,
I can
because
tell you everything what's wrong with my
hey,
body right now
now
without the doctor.
now you can't do that now because I know you can't because you done just had a procedure that you didn't even know anything about. And the man just did
That's
about the
something that you
silent.
just don't
They
know.
got the
You
silent
just
killer
said
out
something
there.
that you don't know.
The silent killer is
You
out
just
there.
said something you don't know because
The
I
silent
already knew.
the silent killer is out there. He is waiting in. He's waiting in the back room,
There you go.
and
There you go. There you go
and he
again.
and he getting
Man, you
ready
too negative, bro.
to jump
Don't
on
nobody
us
want to hear
at
that. Don't
any
nobody want to
minute.
hear that
Any
on our show.
minute. Yes, they do. They want to hear it
Don't
because I'm
nobody
going.
want to hear that mess.
I gotta tell it. I gotta
No,
tell it,
no,
Harvey.
no,
I gotta
no, no.
tell it.
We ain't going there, bro.
There's no way I can let it go. It's got.
Well, anyway, let me tell you what I want to talk about. I
Well, I'm
don't
gonna
want to
get
talk
back to
about
this,
no.
so don't even
I don't
worry
want to
about it.
talk
Go
about
ahead.
no Darth Vader shit.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna get back to it. Go ahead. I'm letting you do what you got
Well,
to
I'm gonna
do,
let
and
you
I'm
have
gonna
the show
talk
by
about it.
yourself when you want to talk about that kind of crap. Because see, every day is a new day. When I wake up, it's a new day. When I'm gone,
Well,
I'm
that's how
gone.
you feel. That's a personal
No,
thing.
that's
That's
what
how
it
you
is.
feel. No, it's not. That's a personal thing.
No, that's what it is.
That's a personal. That's a personal item. There. That's personal. Cause I don't feel like that every day. I get up. I
Well,
don't.
Will, I don't go by my feelings, bro.
I do.
I
I
go
go
by
by
my
my feelings,
feelings.
how I feel.
I
Because if I
go
don't
by
feel right,
facts.
if I don't feel right, my day is shot. I just can't do nothing. I'm
I
through.
don't go by feelings.
I do. I go by my feelings. If I wake up and I'm feeling okay, then I'm all right. My day
Well, let me
gonna
ask
go
you a
well.
question. Do you feel God every day?
No,
All right then. All right then.
no, I don't. I'm gonna tell
So
the
you
truth.
don't feel
I'm not
God
gonna lie.
every day, but you know God is there, right?
I know he there, but I'm
All
gonna
right
tell him,
then.
no,
So there you
not
go.
every day. Not
So
every day.
therefore,
I
I
don't
ain't
give
got to feel God to know that God is is
I
on my side.
I now you bring the Lord in on it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
You
bring the
tried to
Lord on it. You
you
talk
tried
all
to
that
you tried
doomsday
to whoop
stuff,
me. You tried to
but
whoop me with the religious
hey,
shit.
if you know the scripture, if you know the scripture, death
You
and
tried
life is
you
in the
tried to
power of the tongue.
you tried to whoop me with
Death
that
and
Bible
life
now.
is in the
You
power of
put
the
the
tongue.
Bible on me. You sticking the Bible on me.
I just put some scripture on you right there, bro.
So you preach it to me now,
Yeah, I'm
okay?
gonna preach it to you. Death
Today ain't
and life
preaching.
is in the power of
Today
the
ain't
tongue,
preaching
bro.
day.
And we're not gonna be preaching no death around here.
It ain't preaching day.
We ain't
Well,
preaching no death
if
around here.
it might be a good thing, Ted. We don't
No,
know.
ain't nothing good about death.
Yes, it is. It might
No,
be.
no, no, no,
He
no.
might have something better for me on the
No,
other
no, no,
side.
no, no,
Yes,
no,
it is.
no.
It might be something
No.
better on the other side.
We
I'm ready.
have the
I'm
reason
ready.
why we're still here is because we have an assignment to complete.
I know, but
And once
still,
our assignment is complete, then we can go.
but then we got something to look forward to. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that other
Well,
side
okay
because that
then.
might
Well,
be
when it
something
happens,
better.
it happens, bro.
Yeah, I'm
But anyway,
waiting.
let me just change the
Go ahead.
subject here. We're at the end of our year,
No, we not. Not
and
yet.
because we're almost at the end of our year, and we still will have
Almost.
a few
Okay.
shows left. But I want to bring this up because there's a lot of money being spent right now, even for your turkey dinner. Now, if you just your family and that's it, and you got 4 or 5 kids, and that's all that's going to be at your table, and your wife or your husband, that turkey dinner going to cost you a couple $100 if you laying out a spread. However, then you're talking about the holidays, Christmas, which is a commercial commodity. All they want to do is get your money, spend money, spend money, spend money. Buying a bunch of gifts and all that kind of stuff. And then if you use your credit card to buy all your gifts, then you overblow your credit card, and then it takes you 3, 4 months or 6 months to pay that off. So you spending money that you ain't got. Now some of you might already save. I used to do when I was, when my kids was young, I would put so much money away, and I'll have $600 or $1,000 to spend on Christmas, so I wouldn't have to be having that pressure. So now the thing is that the one thing that I found out, I used to listen to these financial gurus. One of them is named, have you ever heard of Dennis Kimbro?
No, sir.
Well, he he was the answer to one of my favorite books. And and I ran across him because I used to listen to him a few times. He was all right. But he was saying the same thing that I've already studied and read and that kind of thing. But he was a good speaker and a very good communicator. Uh, and the thing, his big thing is data, and then financial literacy, meaning that you have to know where every dime is. You set up a budget, take that budget, and then you look at your disposable income. You look at how much money you're going to invest, how much you're going to save, and what your budget is for your expenses. He came up with the term micro millionaires. Now, there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door, but he came up with that term, and he found out that there are over 12% of African Americans, black folk, that's making over $100,000 or more. 12%. Now, within that, they're making between 100 and 250,000. So this thing is about wealth creation, wealth choices, financial independence. And how do you become financial independent? Well, there's another guru that's involved. You ever heard of George C. Frazier?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
George C. Frazier has been around for 40 plus years. He has what you call the Power Network. And every year he does a conference of all the top business people around the country. And anywhere between 200, 300, 400 people might show up. And they have different conferences of how to expand those businesses, how to increase it, how to increase your financing. He has a term called 7 streams of income. Now, a lot of these things you already do, Ed, a lot of things that people do, but some people don't know that one stream of income is not enough. 2 streams of income is not enough. You should have at least 3 to 4 streams of income. One is earned income. That means you're working for somebody. The other one is profit income, buying and selling something. The thing is that there's always where you can hustle on the side. You know, you could be selling insurance on the side, which I used to do. You can sell real estate on the side. You can do all kinds of things to do that profit income, selling something, buying something. Like you can sell cars on the side. And then the third one is interest income. That means you are lending money out. And you can do that by charging somebody 10%, 25%. My old man used to he had a little loan slot business, and he charged 25 cents on a dollar. You borrow $1,000, then you owe me 25% once you pay me back. So then the fourth thing is dividends. That's your stocks, your bonds, your mutual funds. And that tells you what that is you are owning the part of the company. You're buying stocks into that company. The fifth one is rental income. That's self-explanatory. You know, you buy an extra property, you might buy a townhouse and you rent it out, and the person is paying that mortgage, blah, 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 and you know, you end up making money off of that property, and the property always appreciates. The sixth thing is capital gains, purchase assets. When you purchase assets, you increase in value. And the assets is not a car, it's not clothes. You know, asset is real estate. Asset is, you know, things that, you know, you might invest in. So always buy stuff that increase in value. Jewelry is not an asset. You know, you buy a diamond ring, it costs you $20,000, and you go back 2 weeks later and say, I want to return this ring back, and they tell you, okay, we'll give you 15 for it. 7 is royalties income, and you make that through books, music, that type of thing. You know, producing movies and all of that kind of thing. So those are your 7 streams of income. And you should have 3 to 4 of them. And that's how you build your wealth. And if you're consistent in those things, and and you work on trying to get all 7 of those, you'll be in that 12% bracket, 100 to 250,000 or more. So he has a book called Success Runs in Our Race. And he tells us that we should have a woke, we should be woke, and we should be conscious. And that means conscious of your money, conscious of your environment, and conscious of who you're doing business with. That's what I want to talk about today.
Go ahead.
Well, if you think about it, there's a term called calculus of compensation. You have to figure these things out, and it's not easy. A lot of stuff is not that easy but if you want money, if you want your money to grow, if you want to make money, you have to have these types of things. Because if you depending on a job, like I said, I worked for the corporate world for over 40 years. And if you have a job, they can lay you off at any time. They can fire you at any time. And if you don't have no other income, then what you gonna do? You gonna live off of unemployment? That don't work. Especially if you got abundance of bills coming in. So you have to figure out, how can I make more money after I get off my job? How much time are you spending figuring out, trying to get that extra piece of property so that you can rent it out? Or buying and dollar cost averaging, buying stock? Or finding something that you can sell, that you can buy and sell? That's wealth creation as an individual. What you got to say?
I don't have a whole lot to say. I'll tell you what I was going to say, but man, I don't know. How do you break this crap down, Ted? So the guy on the bottom of the totem pole can understand what you're talking about.
Well, when you say bottom of the totem pole,
Yeah,
I've been to the bottom of the totem pole, bro.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other folks who are there are folks out there who poll who haven't been out there and been to college and all that other stuff. How do you talk to and relate this stuff to them so they understand? Because
Well,
you did all that talking, and I'm telling you, man, I had a difficult time following that, and I want to know how we get this and relate it down, and I understand the importance of it, but I still want to be able to break it down so we can,
well, let's put it like this.
yeah, go ahead.
I dropped out of college and flunked out because I was a knucklehead.
Don't we all? But go
I was
ahead.
partying too much and all that stupid stuff and chasing girls or whatever,
Yeah.
teenager. And I had to get myself together no matter what. So, whatever job I could get, I knew one thing: I didn't want to work in a factory because I did that for a year and a half. And, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew a lot of things I wanted and a lot of things that I would like to be, but that's not important. The thing is, you want to do things that want what you are good at, and I was good with numbers. I mean, I ain't talking about no mathematician, but I can work a calculator, and therefore I went to school to be an accountant. And although I didn't finish getting my degree in accounting, I got my degree in communications, but I took a whole lot of business courses, a lot of business accounting classes and all of that. So when I got out of school, this, Ed, I was selling insurance. You was one of the first person who bought a policy from me. I hated that job. I didn't mind doing it, but that was just making some money. But when I got this accounting job working for this nonprofit organization, I already knew how to do the job, but I just had to train to find out how they do their stuff. So I did that for 5 years because I went to California, did the same thing. So you have to have a skill. You got to have something to offer for a job. You can learn, start off at the entry level, but do you want to do that job for the rest of your life? Like I said, I have walked off jobs if they don't treat me right, if I feel that I'm not making enough money, and go to another job. So the point is that you have to have a skill that is valuable that people want, and I had that skill. But also, you have to look at things with opportunities. And one of and the opportunities are there, but then the main thing is save your money, invest your money, and pay your bills off. Those are the main things. I don't care if you ain't making but $500 a week. Save your money, invest your money. I don't care if it's you invest $150 a month. You save $50 a month. Don't go out buying clothes and buying you a car, brand new car. So the point is, that's how you start. You got to start small and be patient with yourself. You know, I mean, you can get frustrated and say, you look at other people, oh man, they got a nice house, they got a nice car. But what did they have to do to get that? It wasn't given to them. Now, some people, they might have got, their parents might have left them something, or their parents might have had a good insurance policy or whatever. But that's rare. You have to do it yourself as a man. Save your money, invest your money the best you can. And a lot of times, you might invest that money or save that money. Emergency come up, you have to take that money out of there and use it. That's why you got to have three kinds of savings. You got to have an emergency, then you have a regular savings, and then you have an investment account. And you don't touch the savings and you don't touch the investment account. The emergency, you pile it up. Usually an emergency ain't gonna cost you no more than $500 to $1,000. You might have to take the plane because something happened at the family or with the family or whatever. But the bottom line is save your money. The best you can. Everybody, a lot of things come up, but you can't be frustrated and you got to be patient with yourself. Because ain't nobody going to give you nothing. They're not going to give you nothing. There's a very few people walk up, and give you $10,000 or $100,000. Ain't nobody never gave me $100,000. Ain't nobody never gave me $10,000. I had to earn my money.
They may have given you $10,000. They may have given you $100,000.
Who?
Well, I'm not saying that it's money in your hand. They may have given you some advice that has caused you to gain $100,000 or $10,000, or there might have been a teacher, there might have been a person and stuff within what you're doing. You said something about selling insurance. Let's go back there. Why did you want to sell insurance in the first place?
Well, I thought I wanted to sell insurance
Oh,
because
but hold it, hold it. I
I've
asked you a
sold.
question. You're not answering the question.
I'm gonna answer
Why
the
did
question.
because you
I'm
did
gonna answer
sell.
the question. I'm gonna
Okay,
answer.
go
Give me
ahead.
an opportunity to answer the question, Ed,
Okay, go ahead.
because that wasn't my first rodeo. After that, because I went and sold health insurance and life insurance again. Insurance is one of the best things that you can sell, but when you, as a person, I could not sell at that time. I wasn't a good salesman. You bought that out of mercy or out
Well,
of pity,
that's because I saw you running around there with all your little nice clothes on and stuff and everything,
out of
and
pity.
and I trusted you because you was my friend that you were leading me right. That's why I'm asking you why. What made
Because
you
that is
decide
insurance. Insurance is one of the best things that you can invest in.
that ain't what I asked you? I asked you why did you start going out and selling insurance?
I just told you
No, you
because I
didn't.
believed I believed in what I did. But the thing is that here's the thing: commission only. Now every job I had after that was commission and salary. Commission and salary. Because in sales you have ebbs and flows, ups and downs. If I don't make no sale, I don't make no money. When you got two kids at the time, you got to make money, bro. So that was my thing. And yeah, I might, in 1 month I was the number one salesperson, but the next month I was the worst because it takes time to build that rapport and reputation when it comes to insurance. You got to know people. So so that was my downfall. I wasn't that good of a salesperson. I'll be the first one. And so I bought a number of books. I started learning how to sell and all of that. And that's how I became, advertising and sold advertising and did very well for that and sold mortgages and all that stuff. So that's the thing. You have
I'm
to
gonna, I'm
know.
gonna, I'm gonna take you back again.
I just told you that's the
Oh,
best I ever did.
hold it. I'm back in the question here. Hold it. I'm gonna take you back again. There was a beginning and stuff, and when you went into deciding that this is what you wanted to do, almost like uh, why you left school, or the first time you said I left school because I was doing this and I was doing that. I can remember, Ted. Uh, Leaving school and stuff during the my summer break. I left my college up in Wisconsin, and I had a little old Mustang that I had bought while I was working and stuff during the summertime that previous year, and I drove it up to my college, and it broke down on me.
Mm.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand how to get my car fixed. And going off to school, And you know, and and most of us black folks know that when you off in school, we didn't have a lot of money. Our parents didn't give us anything. They didn't contribute anything and stuff toward it. They didn't
Right.
contribute. There was a lot of times and stuff I was sitting there at that school and stuff and everything on a Sunday.
Eating pork and
And
beans and hot dogs.
and Sunday, if you didn't get up in the morning and have that breakfast that they fixed and stuff for us and stuff like a brunch breakfast and stuff, if you missed that, we starved the
Yep.
rest of the day. And how we got through that and everything was we would go to the student union and play cards all day and try to kill that appetite. There were friends who had care packages that their parents and stuff sent them to the school. And we would go into their room and stuff at night about 6 o'clock and everything. Our stomach is is reaching our backbone. It's reaching our backbone. And we go into one of whoever had a care package that week, that was the person's room that we had to go to just so we can get something to eat to put in our stomachs so we can stay there in school until that Monday morning. And sometime all they had, Ted, was some potted meat or some Vienna sausages that their parents had sent them. And we would divide this potted meat up or the Vienna sausages and everything with some crackers. And that's all we had with some water to make it through. My point is that that year when I left school, as I got, I went out and worked during after basketball season was over with. I went out and found me a job. I worked at this cola plant there in Cola, Wisconsin, and I got to earn enough money so these Germans who are, and if anybody know anything about Wisconsin, it's a dairy state, and most of the folks and stuff who raise cows and stuff there in Wisconsin are Germans. And our college was north of Milwaukee, 40 miles north of Milwaukee. We didn't have, at that time, there was no FM radio. Only thing we had was AM, and we had to listen in the daytime to the Milwaukee station because that's as far as it would reach. So anyway, as I worked, I had to pay this guy, this German who had this auto shop to repair my little gray Mustang. And at the end of that year, on the way back home, I was riding down the highway, and it's Highway 41 takes me down to Milwaukee, and then I'm gonna hit 90 and come back into Chicago. And during that trip and stuff, I'm sitting there in my car wondering, what in the hell am I going to do? Am I going to go back here and deal with this crap again and stuff in August when school start back again? Or am I going to go out there and find me a job? So at that time, I decided that I had to get my after during the summertime, I have to get my butt back there to school because if I didn't go to school, I will be letting my parents down. That's how I got to go back to school and finish up. So I'm asking you, what made you get into insurance?
I already told you, bro.
Oh, you
I
have
had two children.
At that time, you didn't have 3 children, did you?
I had two.
I don't remember you and your wife
We've been
having
married
3
for 50
children,
years, bro. I got married when I was 25.
but you were selling insurance before that, did you? I thought
And
you
and
sold.
you
I
know what
thought
I
you
wanted
sold.
to do? I wanted to work in retail and work in management. That was one of the jobs that I thought that I would love. And also, I wanted to sell books. And and I tried to get jobs at like at Sears and Roebuck and one of the major bookstore, not bookstores, but publishing companies. And so, God works out things very well because I wanted to be really an accountant, but I didn't finish my accounting degree. And I also wanted to work in broadcasting. So my goal was I was going to work for the federal government as an accountant and do a night show on radio because this face is not for TV. I mean, in my younger days, I was kind of cute, but
you were you were kind
at
of
least that's
cute.
what the girls told me. I was kind of cute, but this is not one of those faces for TV, bro. So, so that was my ambition. That's the way I looked at it. Work for the federal government as an accountant because I love budgets. Because I used to study the federal budget. That was my thing. And but everything worked out just fine. To a certain degree. I should have just went on and took my CPA exam and did that. But I was too busy. I wanted to play ball too.
So you were married and you had children. You wanted to sell insurance, but you also wanted to play basketball at the same time.
And I had an offer to play for the Globetrotters.
And what happened?
I turned it down. Me and Michelle both. Me and Michelle, they told us to meet them after we got through playing them. You remember? I don't know. Did you play? I don't know
No,
if you
I didn't
played or
go.
not. Not this time,
No,
but a
I
couple of
didn't.
times we came and played for St. Anne. You remember that? And one time we played the Globetrotters.
No.
And after we played them, I think I scored 30 some points on them. And Michelle, he's 6'9". So they told both of us, they came to us and say, hey, meet us at so and so, we got a deal for you. And I want to go leave my family. And I prayed about playing for the Globetrotters, bro.
Yeah, that I
So,
didn't know.
yeah, I
That
wanted to
I
play for
didn't
the
know.
Globetrotters.
I thought you had a chance to go overseas and
I
play.
did have a chance to go overseas. I didn't want to do
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know. I didn't know about the Globetrotters
I
now, but I
want.
knew about the going
Here's the
overseas.
thing. Here's the thing. My thing is families first.
Okay.
So, my chances of going overseas playing, if I get hurt, leaving my wife or even taking them with me, I didn't want to take that chance. And then I didn't want to be away from my kids neither. So, that was the whole thing, as far as that goes. And the thing is, one thing that I can say that the one thing once you get married, you have to make that commitment to your wife and your children. I don't care if you can't have no job and you're looking for a job, you lost a job, because I always work somewhere. You can work at a day labor. When I was in college, I used to leave school and go to Chicago and work as a day laborer.
We all did that.
That's what I'm saying. I work as a day laborer, bro. Have some money in my pocket.
We all did that.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I done did some of everything when it comes to day laboring. You know, I wanted to experience a lot of stuff and stuff that I didn't want to do. Have you ever worked for a car wash?
No, I never worked with car wash, but I did a lot of other stuff. But go ahead.
Okay. I did that for a few days, and then uh, I worked for this one lady. This lady was getting ready to move to Michigan, right? She lived in Chicago. I'll never forget this. I did such a great job for her. Do you know she wanted to take me with her,
Yep.
with
They
her
probably would.
family?
Yep.
Her family was getting ready to go to me. Said, I want you to come with us and stay with us. And, and what have you. You know, her husband was a big time, whatever. And they getting ready to buy a big spread. And I thought about it real seriously.
And they go where now? Go to where?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they wanted a farm up there in Michigan, and they wanted them by a
A laborer.
a laborer, a boy to
A
go
Mr.
with
A
them.
Mr.
Yeah,
whatever. It was a
yeah,
black
yeah.
couple.
So
It was a black
you could
couple.
help them to build a farm together, right?
Yeah. And that's another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to always have a farm.
Oh, you wanted to farm. See,
The opportunities
we getting some personal stuff
the
around here about you, Harvey.
opportunities of me, the choices that you make is very serious. You know, when you can go one way or the other, and that kind of thing is very serious. I mean, the opportunities are out there, especially when you're in the ages of 18 and I would say 25. The opportunities are great.
Hmm. There's
The,
a lot of
the,
doors. There's a lot of
a
doors
lot
that
of
can be
doors
open.
are open. You just got to be able to be diligent, and you got to be able to be a hard worker and do the best you can. You know, that's all.
You telling me something that I didn't know. This is all new to me. This is what I want to hear, man. I like to hear that personal stuff that we done because some people want to know how we got to where we got to, and it wasn't easy. It's hard choices have to be made. Now, what that hard choice might be, your hard choice was that you wasn't going to do this because of your family. Now, someone else might have took off and went with the Globetrotters, or they might have went overseas and played basketball and been away from their families. Because there's a lot of folks out there who are doing that, who have done it, and who are still doing it right now. They're leaving their families and going overseas and playing ball, which is there's some hazards and stuff involved in it because we can look at this young lady, Lonnie Grenier. She left and went to play basketball in Russia and stuff and everything, and she wound up in jail over there. So those are the pitfalls that happen and everything when you decide to go somewhere and leave your family to do some things. So yeah,
And
maybe
sometimes it works out, and
and
sometimes it don't.
sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. And those the crossroads that you're going to meet up with. But I would tell people that you can't be afraid to venture out. I probably would have went over there if I was around at that time and stuff and everything to with the Globetrotter because I remember we played there one time, but they used to come down there every year and stuff and play. And I did play there one year and stuff with them. But, I don't remember and stuff, that time because I'm pretty sure I was not there. Yeah, I wasn't there at St. Anne when that happened. But, I think I was off doing something else, man. I ain't gonna even talk about what I before I settle down. I did a lot of stuff. Well, and this ain't for TV.
But life is, it life is good, and a lot of choices that we make, some good, some bad. But I have to say that because of my faith in God, you know, and I didn't make all the right choices, good choices. I made some bad choices. I made some bad decisions, and I made some good decisions. But life is good. You have to enjoy every day. Every day that you're above 6 feet, you have to enjoy it. I don't care whatever you enjoy. Like you listen to music. I like music. I got tons of music that I listen to. I like to read. So I got tons of books that I read. But the bottom line is do what you enjoy, as long as it's legal, as long as it's not hurting nobody, whatever that may be. You might like to go out and, I used to when I was a teenager, I used to love to party. But what I'm saying is things that you like to do and enjoy, do those things. If you like to ride horses, that's something that you might like to do. You might can make an enterprise out of it. You know, I could have made an enterprise out of coaching basketball. AAU. I had a organization, or at least a team, and I could have gathered, started 10 or 15 teams. Man, when I used to advertise for basketball tryouts, 50 kids show up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. You did football.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is so many things, opportunities that's out there, and doing things that you love and doing things that you really care about.
Mm-hmm.
But your first thing, once you get married, as far as I'm concerned, they come first.
Yeah. Well, that's why you've been with the same woman for
50
almost 60
years.
years, almost 60 years. And that's a testament there in itself. And I know because nowadays, Ted, you don't somebody being married for 25 years is a big thing. But to go over 50 years and stuff and everything with one, it's something to be celebrated, man. And a lot of people probably want to understand how that happened and the hills and the mountains that you all have to go through, because I'm pretty sure during that whole time there was a lot of valleys and highs and a lot of lows and stuff that you had to go through, and there had to be a commitment by both to say that this is what you're going to do. I'm going to stay with this person right here. And right now, you guys are probably almost one. You all are just one. If something happens, if something happened to you and stuff and everything, Bear might just say, "Well, I got to go with Ted."
You
Or if
know,
something happened to
the,
Bear, Ted might say, "Oh man, hey, my whole life is gone because." Oh man, I mean, we talk about that. Ah, and the reason why I brought that up is because what happened to one of our friends and stuff over this past summer and stuff and everything, when Paul Timms and stuff White had passed away, and he'd been with her over 50 some years. So it's a testament, because they got married right out of high school. Right out of high school, they got
Paul
married.
was a great man.
Yeah, yeah,
He was one of my heroes in high school.
oh yeah, he was very good man, very good man. He was he turned down a very very good scholarship, man, to go to Michigan State to play football, to stay married with his wife and not go. He had a chance to go. Them people wanted him bad. They were recruiting him bad, but he decided not to do that, to go that way. That wasn't his thing. Who knows where he could have been and stuff if he had went, but I don't think he even thought about that after a while, because he made a commitment to his wife, his girlfriend at that time, and his wife. I'm being you both. We're gonna get married, and we're gonna raise a family, and that was it. I'm not going nowhere.
Well, I say kudos to him, man. He was a
Yeah,
great example.
yeah. So, and most people don't make those kind of commitments. They take off and go. They take off and leave it. Hey, I'm not going that way. But that's their choices and stuff to do that. And man, this life is like that. Man, because we still get to, even today, Ted, I still get opportunities and everything to do some things and stuff that I probably wanted to do and stuff, and decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep on going and doing what the heck I'm doing right now. Because I always tell my children and stuff and everything, you're never going to get anywhere unless you network with people. You got to reach out and network with folks. Keep those contacts and everything with these people and everything, because the opportunity for you to do something might happen because someone met you 10 years ago and everything while you were coaching basketball or something or whatever, and they kept your name and stuff in their mind. And all of a sudden, when some opportunity came about, they would call you up and say, "Hey, I saw you 10 years ago and everything, and I kept your number and everything. You think you might want to coach over here, or you might want to coach over there, or opportunity is arriving. I think we might be the right fit for our program."
Ed, let me tell you, I had an offer to coach a semi-pro team in St. Pete. I turned it down.
Because you want your family.
There you go. It was a commitment, man. Because when you coaching, man, you can't be half stepping. At least I don't like to do stuff half stepping. I like to be all in. That's just the way I am. I'm gonna be all in, the best I can be, and it might not be good enough, but it's gonna be the best I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is, I said no, I can't do that. I can't make that commitment because you talking about I'm living in at the time Valrico, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and St. Pete is about 35, 40 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Now just think, I got to make that trip every day after work.
Some people do it.
Yeah, but that
Some
means
people do
my
it.
kids won't see me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at home. We're not eating dinner together.
Some people do that, Ted. Some people make that
I'm
commitment to
not
do it,
making
and
sure
it
they're
turns
doing
out.
their homework.
Hey, but that's you, Ted. But some
And
people
I'm
might do it. Some
that,
people might do it. I'm telling you, they see that opportunity and they're gonna jump at it. They'll call their wife up and say, "Hey, baby, I got an opportunity here and stuff. What do you think?" And a lot of times the wife will say, "Well, okay, you go ahead and we'll try to make it." And they sitting at home taking care of the kids. I'm pretty sure that a lot of those coaches and stuff nowadays and stuff and everything who went out
well,
and became it.
you
They
said
made that
the magic
sacrifice to
word.
right.
You said the magic word. Now think about this. Right now, it's been 25 years since I coached.
Mm-hmm.
Because I stopped when I was in my early 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk down the street or go to the workout club, and it almost never fails. I'll run into a basketball player now is 50 years old that I coach.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, coach, they still recognize me. Now just think of the years that if I would have just kept on over the years, how many children, kids, teenagers, you understand? So that's rewarding to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But then your children will be now. If you got a basketball wife, that's a different story.
Well, it might not be now if you got a basketball wife. I can I'm looking at I'm gonna pick out a coach. I'm looking at Nick Saban, who finally retired and stuff from Alabama coaching. Now he had been coaching for almost 40, 50 years almost. And during that time, his wife, when they interviewed his wife always spoke about that she had to raise the kids and stuff while Nick went out and did what he did. Now the kids and his family and stuff are very wealthy and everything right now because of what he did. So he sacrificed his time with his son and his other children and everything to go out and coach football because I
And
know that there
he
were a
missed a
many a
lot of
day.
he
Right,
missed
he
a lot
did
of birthdays,
a lot of birthdays, a lot of Christmases and stuff
a
because
lot of
sometimes those teams,
Christmases.
because sometimes they had a game right around Christmas and he had to be there with his team and stuff and everything doing. Or New Year's, they wasn't there for New Year's celebrations and stuff. A lot of things that he missed, and probably some birthdays because they had something going on with the team. So he lost that and everything just so they can live comfortably and stuff over there in a big mansion right off the lake here in Georgia. They're comfortable, but he lost a lot of that time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I never missed none of my kids' birthdays. We always spend New Year's together, unless they was out of town. Thanksgiving together. That's where it's been.
All right, Pawpaw.
I'm just telling you.
All right, Pawpaw.
And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You think that I didn't want to be coaching somewhere or playing ball somewhere?
Yep.
The
All
point
right,
is
Pawpaw. You chose that right.
priority, bro. Priority.
Yeah, that was your priority. All right, Ted. We're just about at the end, and we're gonna, instead of giving a final thing here and everything, we're gonna wish everybody out there who watching the show happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and stuff. Enjoy your family. Be there with them. I'm gonna sit down with my family and stuff, and we're gonna enjoy Thanksgiving. I know you're gonna be with your family, and you guys are gonna enjoy Thanksgiving. And those times are precious.
I'm gonna say this: if you are by yourself, a single man or woman, and you don't get invited to a Thanksgiving, don't be depressed, because good times, better times are coming. Don't be depressed. Don't be feeling sorry for yourself. Don't be feeling lonely. Because you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So
And there's always a program going on, or somebody who is out there have a kitchen going on where they're feeding people or whatever. Don't feel embarrassed because you want to go out there and have dinner and stuff with people who are homeless or whatever. They looking for people and stuff who are depressed also, who don't have families and stuff, to come out and enjoy Thanksgiving and stuff with them. So,
and you can volunteer to serve.
right, you can volunteer to serve. Come out there and volunteer to serve, and sit
So
down
don't
and
be
have dinner.
depressed,
Yeah, and don't
because
be
a lot of
depressed.
times these holidays, I'm not a real big holiday person, to be honest with you. I'm a more family person. I just like being around my family. They do all the talking and all that kind of stuff and laughing
Mm-hmm.
and he and ha ha ha. And I just sit back and watch them and enjoy their company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful I'm being in their presence.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna remember that, and you're gonna remember that. And Thanksgiving is football. I
Oh
got
yeah,
to
I'm gonna be
watch.
watching
We
me some
got to
football,
watch a
bro.
football game too, and everything. Right around that turkey time, you got to hit that football too. So,
That's
anyway,
all
just like
day
you said,
football.
that was a good idea, Ted. If you were at by yourself, go out and volunteer to serve other people.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't feel lonely. Don't
there's
feel.
nothing better than serving.
That's
You're
right.
serving, yeah, nothing better than serving. You're happy there. You by yourself, go out and serve. That's a good thing to do. It is absolutely good, and I know the enjoyment of going out there and serving will get rid of all of that depression and everything. You're going to come back home happy, and they're going to give you a plate probably to take back home with you and everything. So, and you can watch that late football game and enjoy your meal. So, people, have a good holiday, and we're going to be back here in a little bit. In a couple of days, we'll be back on the air again. So we haven't left anybody. We still gonna be doing our thing. So anything else you want to say, my brother?
That's it. I'm good.
You good.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Be
everybody.
safe.
Be safe. Do it your thing. Bye-bye.